For more tips and tricks, don't forget to hit that button and subscribe. Also, ring the bell so you can get notifications anytime I have new videos. Before we start this video, I want to tell you, you can enter a contest to win this little gun. You could win a 23 gauge pin nailer. It's an 18 volt with a 4 amp hour battery, which means it's an 8 amp hour battery when you use it on an 18 volt system, because this is a 4 amp hour with 36 volt and this is an 18 volt gun, so you double the amp hours. On top of that, we will have some great products by FastCap. So you can win a $100 gift card for FastCap, or you could win this crown stop fence by FastCap that is specific to DeWalt saws. If you don't have this particular DeWalt saw, you can opt out and get a $100 gift certificate to buy whatever you want at FastCap. All you have to do is drop a comment down below, copy that comment, and go to my link that'll be in these comments, Paulstoolbox.com. You click that link, go to Paulstoolbox.com, drop down on contact, and down at the bottom of that page, you will be able to paste your comment. Make sure it has your comment and it has your YouTube information where I can get in touch with you. We can correlate both of them and we can contact you and tell you if you're a winner. If you are, they will be shipped out to you. We're going to choose these winners next week, 1 week from today. So let's get started on the video. Today we're going to cover one more step on crown. I'm going to show you how you can cut crown as large as 4.5 inches with a small saw that you could just throw in the trunk of your car. And I'm going to modify that saw with this simple little piece of scribe. So you really want to see how this is done. No crown stops, just this. Let's get started. The first thing you want to do is make sure that this base is not slippery. You want it to hold in place when you put this crown on an angle. Some of the crown wants to slide off because it doesn't have a large profile like this one, and this will really make a difference. This is a grip tape that you put on treads for stairs, things like that. If it's wet, you won't slide. And it really works well on this because it has super sticky backing on it. When you put it on here, it stays nice and flat, so it does not interfere when I'm switching this back and forth. It doesn't interfere and rub into the fence. You can leave this fence on, you're just going to go right over it, and it's easy to drill through. Or you could just drill through the bottom here because one of these was messed up. I'm just going to get rid of it. I don't need them. You want to get a space where you can drill it higher on your base, like this. I already drilled a hole here, and I have a hole I'm going to drill right here. So I want to be able to get it with my drill flat, and I want to be able to put a hole from the backside. And we'll go through both of them. And this is aluminum, so it's very easy to drill through. You want a smooth edge. Don't do one that has grain. You want a smooth edge on this. So we're going to drill from the back side and see exactly where we need to bolt it on at. We'll hold it tight, and I'll run right through my holes that I already have, my pre-existing holes. All the way through. I'm going to use a Forstner bit for this. Now we'll just take our nuts and bolts, run this through here. You can do self-tapping screws if you want. Alright, now we'll take and cut our 45s. So we have a 45 on this end and a 45 on this end. If I had wider tape, I would use the wider tape, but this will work. This is what I have. This is just scribe. You could use any type of flat stock. You can cut a little piece of wood if you want. Like a piece of plywood, anything, okay? So we will take this and we will cut it at 0 real quick. We take our CA glue. We're just going to run a bead on here. That's the position it would sit in. And we'll glue our piece of wood right on top of it. Now we can make this cut. So we'll set it at 45. Before you trim this piece, make sure that you hold it down because it's only being held together by glue and tape. Or you could cut them separately and put them up on here. You can use a small trim square. This is a speed square by Swanson. Make sure it's unplugged. We will take and set it up here, and you can see it is perfectly calibrated. If it is not in line, you take and loosen it up at the back, you scoot it over, and there's a little screw right here that you will use to move this pin so it's accurate. And you can see that is perfect as well. We will want to put this on a 45-degree angle, square up on it again, and we check it that way. And if this is square, like it is, straight up and down, and not rubbing on the teeth, because the carbide teeth stick out just a little bit. And with this grip tape down here, it isn't moving. Now when I'm finished and I have something of a different size, all I have to do is peel it off because it's glued to the tape. If you just want to rely on the grip tape, it really works well. This is not moving. So I could take and just put a line across, and I know I'm going to be in the right spot. This is a very inexpensive saw, but it has a feature of swiveling my blade down as far as 45 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and make the cut here. This is a compound miter saw. So I would have to swivel it all the way over here to make my cuts, and I have to clear this. You want to mount to your fence where you can slide this out the way, but when you mount it, make sure you slide it back and then mount this on, because if you make the mistake of cutting this right here and you hit that plate behind it, the actual fence for the saw, you're going to have sparks flying and maybe you could put your eye out or get cut. So it's very dangerous. Make sure that you have good clearance before you take this saw and drop it down to make any of these cuts, because you could hit that metal plate and really have a problem. Another thing is, if you were going to use it like this for this feature, and you want to use the stop up top like I showed, don't ever try to cut it with this much sticking out, this much space between it, because this will flex and it's only held on there by tape and glue, so it's going to come shooting off and it could definitely hurt you. So make sure that if you decide to use this and get it up close, you cut it when it's in place on the ground, then you'll put it in right where you have clearance. Make sure you have clearance from your blade all the way around before you mount it, because you don't want that blade to hit this and flip it out. It's going to make it go out because this is turning some high RPMs. On this series of videos for Crown, I'm covering everything from the beginner all the way up to the professionals. So if you're a professional or you're looking to become one, you need to check this out. The Crown Stop Fence by FastCap. It is by far the best system that I've ever used when it comes to cutting crown. Okay guys, now it's time to drop a comment. Go down below, drop a comment, subscribe, and make sure you click the link and go to Paul's Toolbox. And I'll see you guys on the next project.